Hi guys, Miss Turner here, and today we are going to get started on our new social studies unit. Now, we're going to start talking about Virginia a long time ago. Not today, not how things are here now, but what it was like in Virginia back when the Pilgrims first came here and the Indians were here. So, if you could travel to the past, what would you see? Who would you meet in a village like this? Who do you think the people that would live here are? That's right, they're the Native Americans, the people who were here originally in this land. Powhatan villages looked like this. What do you think the Virginia Indians used to make their homes? Look at those pictures and tell me what you think they might have used here to make these houses. You're right, I think they probably used the trees and wood to help them. Let's turn the page. Now, in the past, life was very different than it was today. Can you imagine that there were no TVs or computers back then? How did they go to school? What did they do when they were at home? People didn't shop at the mall, and there were no cars or buses to take people to different places. They didn't have iPhones, they didn't have iPads, they didn't even have video games. What in the world? Now, the past is when things have already happened. So things like, in the past you were in kindergarten. In the past you were a baby. In the past your parents were babies and were kids. But now the present, here, are the things that are happening right now. Things have happened a lot. Change is something that happens to make things different. Today we wear comfortable clothes, we have computers, fast jets that can take us places really quickly, and smartphones. Now, Virginia has changed a lot over the last 400 years. Many important events happened right here in our state. Many famous Virginians helped to make America a strong nation. Now, let's go back in time to learn more. Let's look real quick at these toys. Which one do you think is from the past? Remember, the past means a long time ago, not what we have today. That's the present. Well, let's look at this first one. Oh, that is a Lego woman. We have lots of those here at my house. But you know what? I don't think they had those long ago because they're made out of plastic and they've got lots of paint and pretty colors on them. And this Minecraft fella here, he's something that we play with now, right? So those would not be from the past. What do you think about this doll here? What does it look like it's made out of? Maybe cloth? I think you're right. Do you think maybe it's from long ago? I think maybe so too. It's from the past because it doesn't have fancy painting and it's just made out of things that are very simple that they had a long time ago. Let's keep going. 400 years ago. The story of the past is called history. Many different people and events helped shape Virginia's history. Virginia's story is really special, you guys. The story of the Commonwealth of Virginia began over 400 years ago. Life was very different in the past. Back then, this land where we live was not called Virginia, and it was home to thousands of American Indians or Native Americans. Those are people who lived here originally, who were born here. What was life like back then? Look at this piece of land here. It was once the home of a man named Powhatan and his people. He was the chief of over 30 different Indian tribes. 30! That's a lot! Can you count to 30? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, that's 2 times. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's counting all the fingers on my hands 3 times. That is a lot. Now, can you imagine many towns like this one here in our picture that spread out all along the edges of rivers? That's what it was like. The Indians who lived in the place between the James and York rivers were called the Powhatan Indians, and there were about 30 different tribes that made up this nation. Now, think about that. It said that they lived on the edges of the rivers. Is that where we live today? No, we don't all live on the edge of a river, do we? But that's where they lived in the past. So that's something that has changed. We don't all live on the edge of a river anymore. All right, let's keep going. How about you guys help me look at some of these pictures here, and we'll decide which one in each set goes in the past and which one is in the present. Now remember, we said that past is what it was like a long time ago, and present is what it's like now. So let's look at the first one here. This is a picture of somebody cooking over a fireplace. And this is a picture of a stove. Now, think about today. When your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or whoever helps you cook dinner, how do they cook? That's right, they cook it on the stove. So, how do you think they cooked in the past? That's right, in the fireplace, in a big pot over the fire. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh? Okay, let's keep looking. Let's look at these next pictures. There are 2 houses. Those houses look different. This one's all wood and brown. Oh, and this one's pretty. It's got nice windows and a fancy door and a chimney made out of brick and this nice roof. Which one is what it looks like today? I think you're right. The blue one is the present. So, remember we talked about those Indians. What did they make their houses out of when they lived along the river? The wood. So, I think we're right. I think that one is in the past. Okay, so let's think about these 2 pictures. We've got a car and a person driving the car, and we've got a horse. Which one of those things do we do today? Do we ride in cars or do we ride on horses to get somewhere? Oh, you guys are too smart. You're right. We ride in cars, so that's going to go under the present. And the horse is going to go under the past because that's what people used to go from place to place in the past. They had to ride horses. Oh, what is this? It's a feather sticking in a bottle, and this is an ink pen. Well, what do we use to write with sometimes today? You're right. We use an ink pen. I bet a long time ago, they had to dip the feather or a quill into the ink and then use that to write. Oh, I'm so glad we don't have to do that today. That would make a mess. What do you think? All right, let's look at the next one. Ooh, this is a girl washing dishes at the sink. And look, this girl, her clothes look really strange. She's got a bonnet on her head. She is washing dishes in she's washing dishes in a tub. Which one do you think we use today? That's right. I wash my dishes in the Sink. I bet they had to get water and put it in a wash tub long ago or in the past. Okay, so let's look at these clothes here, guys. Oh, I love this little pink polka dot dress. It looks like something I might would buy Elizabeth in the store right now. I bet it is from the present. Because this dress doesn't have all those pretty bright colors and are not as fancy as this one. So I bet it's from the past. All right, guys. You know what? What do you think these two are? We've got a lamp and a candlestick with a flame. Ooh. I don't know about you guys, but I have lamps all over my house now. The only time I use a candle now, though, is when I want it to smell good. So which one do you think would be present? You're right. I use my lamps for light. But back in the past, they had to use candles to get light when it was dark outside. Okay, guys, let's look here at our boys at school. This one's got a paper and a pencil, and he's just writing away doing his work. This one looks like he's doing his work too, but, you know, it's on a chalkboard with some chalk. Do we use chalkboard and chalk now? No, so that one's going to be in the past. And the boy writing with the pencil is going to be in the present. Oh, look. Here's another picture of it. Paper and pencil, chalkboard and chalk. We already know where those go, right? Past is the chalkboard and chalk, and present is the pencil and paper. Last one. Look, there's a cell phone. Oh, and this is a telephone that I can remember seeing in very old movies when I was a kid. So which one do you think would be in the past? That's right, the phone from the old movies, because those were things that they had a long time ago. And today, we have cell phones that we use, right? All right, guys, that's it for today. I want you now to look in your social studies workbook and do the sort on page 39 and turn it in through Canvas. You're going to cut the pictures out and sort them, whether they were in the past or in the present. See you later.